Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another sit on my bed video. I watched this morning Charlotte Holdcroft's video on a minimal makeup collection of 20 items, and I was like, ooh, what would I choose if I could only have 20 items in my makeup collection? What would they be, and what are then my best of the best for for everything? I am working with a little bit of a smaller makeup collection compared to my past years, but it's still massive. If I didn't have the history of makeup buying that I have, and I wasn't so passionate about it probably, then I would have a smaller collection. And I think with the items that I chose, these would work well for me and actually tick all of my boxes. I think I would be very happy with these things. It doesn't mean I wouldn't go and buy new things or try new formulas. That is unfortunately something that, not unfortunately actually, that is something I like to do. This is my hobby, but if this wasn't my hobby, if I didn't have a YouTube channel and I didn't like to test and share makeup, then probably this would be my makeup collection. How's the hair? Ridiculous. Anyways, let's get started. I'm gonna start with my jolly item, just to cheat immediately. I need an eyeshadow primer, and I actually just bought the Urban Decay primer potion and I can't find it. I don't know where I put it, probably somewhere smart to do a haul eventually, but I can't find it right now. So I'm gonna insert an image here, but that is my jolly product. It doesn't fit in the 20 because not everybody necessarily needs an eyeshadow primer, but I really do, and I cannot sacrifice anything of the other categories, so this is what we're doing. Let's start from the base. I don't use makeup primers, but I do use skin tint or tinted moisturizer or foundation of sorts. Not really foundations, but the one I chose that I think ticks all of my boxes is the Fenty Eaze Drop. I have the shade 5. I would probably try to match myself a bit better. This is slightly light for me in the summer, and yeah, I cannot use it all the time. If I self-tan, this is also still too light. So not the perfect color for me yet, but I don't have a counter here to get color matched. So I would choose the Fenty Eaze Drop blurring skin tint. It does everything for me. It works for my combination oily skin. It works now that I'm more normal and that my skin is more normal, so not too oily, not too dry. And yeah, I like it a lot. It has the right amount of coverage for what is my preference. For concealer, I was looking at the concealers I have, and honestly I cannot say any of them are my holy grail among the liquid ones, at least. And I like them, but yeah, I don't know that it would be the only one. I would probably be using a concealer and then trying another one every time for now. But what I know that I really enjoy, and it would also give me the flexibility to not use any foundation or skin tint and only use this, is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This guy right here, I have it in the shade 2.8 Marron Glacé, and this one, if you pinpoint conceal on your face and then just do the rest of your makeup, it works really, really well. It works well under my eyes. I don't know, it's just a little bit of a passepartout. It works all over the face as well, and as under the eyes. So I would be keeping only this one among all of my concealers. For powder, I have a few powders. The ones that I'm consistently using are okay, but the one that I've been saving because I like the most is the Charlotte Tilbury powder. I have the shade 2 medium. This is the Airbrush Flawless Filter. Wow. Which is like the first powder she had, and I know now there's a different one. I have the packaging for the Lunar New Year from last year, but this is the powder I would choose to keep or to have as my only powder in my collection. Moving on to bronzer, the one and only bronzer I would keep among creams and powders. Like, all the bronzers I have I really, really love. But if I had to choose only one, I would pick the Charlotte Tilbury one. This is a Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer in the shade 2 Medium. This is a ginormous pan. It is a cream to powder formula. It sets down like a powder. It is matte but not powdery matte, and it blends amazingly. This one checks all the boxes. It has a ginormous mirror as well. It checks all the boxes. It's really, really nice. And I was thinking of picking one cream and one powder bronzer, but I didn't need to. And a close second would be my Chanel, Soleil Tan de Chanel. But I have and love the first, like the OG original version of it. That was in only one shade. Now they reformulated it and have more shades as well. So I cannot speak to those. So I wouldn't have that one. Plus I hit pan on that one. How amazing is that? So this one is the one that I would have as my only bronzer. For highlighter, I also picked only one. But it could be this one or another one of my favorites. I picked the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light one in Spotlight. It's a beautiful highlighter. You can sheer it out and make it very delicate, or build it up and make it very metallic. So I really like this one. The other runner-up would be a Nabla Skin Glazing in Amnesia, for example. I love that one, and it's a passepartout, but I don't need both in my life. I would be happy with only one. If I had to have only a very small makeup collection, I would have one or the other. You don't need both. For blushes though, I would need more. Definitely more. I kind of did this for blushes and for lipsticks. I would like a variety of shades to be able to suit a day that I wear warmer makeup, a day that I wear a more neutral makeup, a day that I wear a more cool tone makeup. And my cool tone is neutral, probably. But these blushes will suit a little bit all of my makeup needs, I think, through the year. One is a relative new entry in my collection. That's Patrick Ta Blush Duo in She's Blushing. And this one is more of my pinky leaning blush. It's really beautiful. It's still warm, but it will work with most of my non orangey bronzy makeups. It will work with my green makeups and all of my neutral makeups. This is a passepartout to me. And then I picked two cream blushes. A more natural day with a very balanced makeup, let's say very important work meeting makeup. At work I wear any makeup I want, but let's say when I go speak to the shareholders, I would wear something like this, which is my Natasha Denona Puff Paint, and I have the shade Tan. I wonder what happened to these actually. She only came out with 3 colors at launch, and that's it. I think they're not even available to buy. I don't know. I'll actually research it while I do links to this video, so you'll see it in the description box. I really like this. It's super easy to use, a very beautiful color, and it works really well for me. It's my nude blush. And then my favorite summer blush, and something that I know I can take with me on holiday, and it's like the only thing I need to wear on my cheeks, is Nudestix in Sunkissed. This is a beautiful terracotta shade that is not too red, not too orange. It has a little bit of brown. I love this during the summer, all year round actually, but during the summer this is as my blush and bronzer. It's absolutely beautiful. Really, really like it. I know there's 1,000 other blushes that I love and that I could insert here, but these are the minimum blushes that I feel would work with my everyday makeup, my special occasion makeup, my work makeup, whatever makeup I feel like. The rest is extra, and I love them, but this is what I would just keep if I had to have a very small collection. Let's get mascaras out of the way. I have 2 products here, and that's a little bit where, like, well, my eyeshadow primer and my mascara primer maybe count as one. They don't, but yeah. My Lash Sensational primer. Now this is discontinued, and I'm on my last tube, but I saw that they're coming out with a new one, the Sky High primer, and it's a black primer. So I'm curious to try it. I want to finish this one before purchasing that one. Also, it hasn't reached drugstores here yet, so I would have to buy it online for more than I would like to buy. I usually buy my mascaras 1+1 for free here in the drugstore. So a mascara primer, this one specifically is my favorite right now and for the last 3-4 years. And then my mascara would be the Maybelline Sky High. So they made the primer of this line. This combination is what I'm wearing right now. I really like it. It does everything, volumizing and length together. It's easy to apply, doesn't really take much more time than one mascara, because when I don't use the primer, I have to build the mascara up more. So I use the primer and then build the mascara less. Same amount of work. The only thing is they're not the easiest, the mascara especially, it's not the easiest to remove, but with my balm cleansers or oil cleansers, it does come off with a little bit of help. It's not just a one swipe type of removing, but yeah, these are my mascaras. For brows, I would only have 2 products. One is the Lime Crime Bushy Brow pen. This is in the shade Brownie. This is my second tube that I own. I still haven't opened this one. I just took it out of the box because I am trying to finish another pen that I don't like. But this one is my favorite. I love, love, love it. Great pigmentation, easy to apply, always consistent with the stroke so that there's always pigment also in the tip of the pen. Really, really enjoy it. And for brow mascara, I would be choosing the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. It works really well. It is a clear mascara, so I was a little bit toying with the idea, do I pick a clear mascara or a tinted mascara? But I feel like a clear is more, I don't know, safe. I don't have a favorite tinted mascara right now, so I would have this one. If hypothetically I would only have one brow gel, I would probably finish this one and then buy a tinted one to try. I own the tinted one of this line that I would try, but I cannot put it in because I don't know if I love it yet. We get to one of the most challenging categories to narrow down, which is eyeshadows. I picked 3 palettes only. Look at me. One is the Natasha Denona Gold palette. The reason why I picked this one is because it has yellow tone nudes and neutrals, a very good deepening shade, very good shimmers, textured and more simple. It has a pop of blue. I must say this is too blue for my liking. I would like it a bit more green if I could. If I would ever find 2 singles from Natasha Denona hanging around in, I don't know, the vintage or secondhand makeup space from maybe the blue-brown palette of Natasha Denona, the green-brown palette, sorry, I would probably substitute these 2 with something more green. But for the rest, this palette is perfect. It really does my golds, my browns, and my little bit special textures with these greens. Really, really like it. What this one is missing, as I said, is some green eyeshadow. So Gemini by Melt Cosmetics. I don't know if this is cheating because I kind of edited this one a long time ago to mix a few shades from the Smoke Sessions palette, and specifically this one and this one, instead of, I think, a matte, the Gemini shade, which is really crumbly, and the black, to put in an extra shimmer green and an extra shimmer like a dark gold. I love this palette. It gives me everything. Maybe it's a little bit redundant with the gold palette because of the warm mattes, but it's a great palette. It has all the greens as well. So these are the 2 pre-made palettes that I would choose. And then I would make a single eyeshadow palette and call it a 1 item. Is this cheating? I mean, I cannot leave single eyeshadow palettes out of my makeup collection. It's like such a big part of me. that I couldn't leave them out. Specifically, in the context of having as little as possible, I would not have any matte single eyeshadows, but I would have a palette of special shades from Glam Shop and maybe Clionadh Cosmetics. Depends if this makeup collection would be the result of a declutter of what I have, or I lose all my makeup and I have to repurchase it. It's kind of a video that's also going around and inspired me to do this one as well. So depending on what the situation would be, I probably would not repurchase Clionadh just because it's so expensive and you need to pay customs, and it's such a pain of a, I don't know, pre-order. It takes forever to ship. It just, my heart can't deal with it anymore. So I wouldn't repurchase. But I'm gonna show you just this half of my custom palette that I'm working with right now, the one without the mattes. Something like this, very shimmery, sparkly shades, special shades that are not in these palettes. But for example, I don't have a Mothership from Pat McGrath that is my favorite, so I wouldn't have that one in here. But I want special shades, so a small edit of Glam Shop and Clionadh Cosmetics sparkly eyeshadows would be definitely in my makeup collection. Can I pick favorites right now? I don't think so, because it depends on the time of year, right, to be honest. But if you pointed a knife to my throat or threatened my children, maybe I could narrow it down right now. Otherwise, let's keep this to the fiction, because my collection is not going to be so small. For eye pencils, I would definitely have Nabla Cupid's Arrow number 2. That's a brown. But because I wear a lot of green makeup, I would also like a green pencil. And this is the Neve Cosmetics Pastello in Night. I think this is discontinued. If I cannot have this one, because I would have to repurchase my collection, if that's the video we're doing, the Cupid's Arrow by Nabla in the shade Khaki. It's a green, but it's a much brighter green compared to the Neve Cosmetics. Neve Cosmetics is what I'm wearing today. It's a bit of a more grungy, browner, murky green that is more the type of greens that I wear. It's not a pop of color, it's just a deepening eyeliner. So I would pick the Neve Cosmetics one. Final category, while my battery is dying and my babies are starting to cry for food, is lipstick. And I kind of worked the same way as with blushes. One nude, and I picked Lisa Eldridge Velvet Affair. It's a very beautiful nude shade for me. It works really, really great. And yeah, it's a good formula. I like the tone of it a lot. It's a really, really good nude for me. Then my Meeting the Shareholders lipstick, now that would be it as well. But when I want to feel like a powerhouse lipstick, it would be Pat McGrath Flash 3. I love this. It is such a beautiful and special shade for me. Actually, it feels very loose, yes. Because I store it upside down. I think I might be storing this one up right side up from now on. Love, love, love this lipstick. And then a summer warm burnt orange, typical Alice shades, a little bit of a amped up version of this would be MAC Marrakesh. I thought about putting the Powder Kiss liquid lipstick version, so Marrakeshmere liquid, but this one is more versatile. It's a standard matte formula from MAC. It doesn't dry my lips, but it lasts a very long time. I can dab it on to achieve an effect a bit like this. I have a different lipstick on today. This is a Merit, the shade Tiger, I believe. But you can achieve a lot of things by shearing this one out. So it would be MAC Marrakesh. And this is my makeup collection, if makeup wouldn't be my hobby. And the rest of it, which is drawers full of makeup, is all just for the fun and to make myself happy. Battery died just before the outro, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I am very curious to hear if you have more than 20 items in your collection and what those 20 items are. If you have more, would you think about what those 20 would be for you? If you have a YouTube channel, I'd love to see it, or on your Instagram, or I don't know, tag me if you do it. I'd like to see your choices for a minimalist makeup collection, or minimalist for me at least. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.